Are you looking for answers about extraterrestrials, or maybe the true meaning of life? Then you have come to the right place. Welcome to the Ivan Teller online broadcast. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for more details, please visit ivanteller.com and learn more about your galactic families.
Greetings all. It's been a while. Okay, here we go. Greetings, world.
Greetings.
Greetings. It's been some time since this one is connected to you. This is a Pleiadian message from those that care for your world so very much. As for name, it does not matter. But you could call me Astraf. Seems to be easy for your world to pronounce. I come from the Pleiades to bring goodwill to your planet, to bring healing, to end this suffering on your world. It has been enough. Also, one moment. It is true that we are here to preach about, I say preach, but preach is an appropriate word, about love, relationships, not necessarily intimate relationships, but relationships in general, friendly relationships on your world. That is sometimes hard to, it is hard to be friends here on this planet we see. There are so many agendas. There's not enough love within your human collective for you to have friends, and almost. Sometimes it's easier not to have any at all. But then how can you connect? It is difficult for us to help you when you can't help yourselves. We connect with you, but you cannot help yourselves. How can we connect to you if you can't connect to you? We want you to be a loving society. But there's so much there that is blocking all of you. You must end these trifles, as you call this anger that you many have, that they're not getting what they want. That is what relationships here are. That's where this controversy happens. Because you're not, when you're in a friendship, sometimes you feel like you're not getting what you want. So you become aggressive, mean, spirited at times. Because you're not receiving what you want to receive. That goes the same for intimate relationships also. If you're not receiving what you want, you become hostile in different ways. This is what your violence is in your world has accommodated. And how to fix this. Of course, bring more love into your life, to have a love and acceptance for each other, to care about others' feelings, which is sometimes rare on your planet, rare within social gatherings. We want you to come together, but many of you are coming together because you have, what can this person give me? What can this person help benefit me? Which is fine, but sometimes it goes too far. Relationships between man and female, most men here are aggressive towards females because of what they were raised in, because of their upbringing, because what they see on television. This is what I should have. So I'm going to take this person and make him to my fantasy and things of that sort. That is how that works. On many levels. Mostly that is the level. You are just, those males are usually just fulfilling the gap that is within their soul of something they feel that they need. It is fantasy, you can say. It goes into rape and things of that sort, violence. But understand women do the same thing. They use men as pawns. They realize they can control them, manipulate them, things of that sort. They figured they're dominant, and that is true in many cases. They don't see men as a person, they see them as a thing, which is really unfortunate. So it says, what can this person give me? Men are the same like that, but mostly women. What can this person give to me? Male, it's more physical, but it is still fantasy that has been ingrained in them since they were children. Of how women are perceived. Their parents sometimes don't give this, they don't find happiness in it, so they go somewhere else and get it. And that is your entertainment world, and then they are filled with these misconceptions of relationships and things of that sort. So when they get into a relationship, they don't know what to do with it. They don't realize this is a human being. They feel like this is an idea. It was quite unfortunate because you do not make connections when you are not realizing this is a soul, you are a soul, and you can connect and learn from each other. It is not like that. It's because you're the conceptions. You just don't know how to perceive things. It's the way you're all taught. It's unfortunate. It is a lost world in many cases. Is there any questions by any chance? Because I didn't hit it.
Yes. Would you say that there's a loss of respect for each other because there's a loss of respect for the self?
Yes.
And do you have any advice on how to aid others in building that respect with the relationship to the self in order to better build relationships with others?
worry about yourself, first off, is to love yourself, love the way you speak, you talk, your thoughts, love who you are. Do not let anything else take. Remember, you are God. You are this being of power and emotion, but you are a person of love also. Not just for yourself, but for giving love. And you become these things. You say angel-like energies, you can say, tap into your higher self of love. Tap into all these things. And you become you, the real you. And that way, when you are around someone that you wish to be with, you can easily connect to them. Of course, they might not be at the same level as you are if you are loving yourself and they are not loving themselves. Then you have an imbalance, which is unfortunate. So you trip over each other at times, but you're just unaware of it. But not always.
Right. Sometimes it's difficult when someone is in such a low vibration to even resonate a tiny bit with self-love. So you can say, love yourself, but that when you're so low, that is the hardest thing in the world to do. For people who are in such a low vibrational state, do you have any specific advice for them?
If there is a hint of you even caring for yourself at all, then do it. Do it slowly, though. Do everything very slowly. Care about yourself slowly. Your jokes, your words, your actions. Hating yourself just puts you back. It just puts you into a hole. Loving yourself is very difficult for so many. It is something like swimming a lap in a pool. It is sometimes not easy. It's not for everyone, but this is for everyone. It's something. Understand that the controls here on your world are many to keep you down into a low vibration. It is not the norm to love yourself. The norm is to smoke cigarettes and be miserable, and to be a part of the norm. Realize that if you're not part of the norm, you're not like yourself. Not feel like you're accepted by others. But just look within. That is where you should at least give it a shot. And take it day by day, very slowly. The things that you enjoy, send love to that. Tea, coffee, things of that sort, places that you go, send love to the places that you go. You will have a different mindset. You will say, this is okay to be me. It's okay to like these quirky things. It's fine. And when you do this, you start to grow like a rose. Sprout out. Something beautiful. As long as you're confident within yourself of who you are, no one can take you down unless you let them do it. Do you want to live in a world where you always have low confidence, low self-esteem? Do you want that? I don't think so. But on your world, it's normal. Remember, when you are in a relationship, do not let the other, meaning a intimate relationship, do not let the other one control you, because that happens often here also. If you are in something like that, you might want to reevaluate who you are with. You must be loving to each other and grow within each other like a tree. You connect and sprout. But those with self-esteem, you're with someone that has a high self-esteem, you can work together easily. But you have to want it.
Right.
Yes.
So it's like self-love and loving other people as an act of rebellion these days.
Exactly. Doesn't it feel like that? It certainly does from our perspective. Because usually it feels like, who are you drinking with? And who are you going to be miserable with today? That's not always the case, but there are cases like that. Who ex-boyfriend are you going to complain about today? It's things of that sort that you can overcome. Or a male perspective, it's, I wish rather not to go that route, but you understand.
Right.
And worrying about lost opportunities within relationships. Understanding you are an opportunity. There's always opportunities for you. But if you are not connected to yourself, it's understandable why you would complain about these things. But it's best for you to put more focus on you and not what you do not have. And then what you want will come when you are ready. Understand, when you are hoping for something to come and you're always miserable, how are you going to attract this better person for you if you can't even live up to your own expectations of being you? There are so many lessons here. Yes, this place is hard, but this world is very difficult, but it has many beneficial. It's very beneficial. It's just hard lessons, that's all. This is just a university. It is not forever. Eventually you will graduate. But it wouldn't be best to learn what you are here to learn than to have to repeat it again. Is there anything else?
No, not at this time. Thank you very much.
There are misconceptions of the definition of a relationship. Several. Much has to do with money, which is very unfortunate. How money becomes a factor, and it should not. It should become how much you love this person and how much you want to be with this person. That should be the factor, not money. Money should not be, that should be second, third, or fourth. Understand, when you're with the right person, you attract what you need to keep this going. On many levels, money becomes the number one factor within relationships, which is unfortunate because love is lost. It is all about material possessions. Spirituality is nowhere to be seen. It is all about material possessions and greed and depression that comes with it. A certain kind of misery that goes on. That is unfortunate. We wish to breathe life into this planet to help you all connect to each other, to have a peace of mind, caring that goes on forever. The more love your world has, the better it is to survive. And you have that now, but there's so much controversy with love here. It is a bumpy road. It should not be like that. Understand, if there's more love on your planet, your politicians will not have a chance to survive in their reality they put you on, put you through. Because you will see through it. Love is vital. Love is the blood of this planet. It keeps you together. It helps you grow. And understand the forces here to keep all of that down, to keep you fighting among each other, making that the norm. How interesting, don't you think? Because when you are growing up, you see there's always controversy on your television sets of anger. They're even telling you how to be in a relationship, but it's false. It is what you want it to be. You make the rules. You don't have to listen to others. What is your idea of a relationship? Do not listen to your entertainment brainwashing on your world. Do you want to be in a loving relationship? Then you will be one, in one. But if you want it for physical enjoyment, there's a certain loving stage there also. What is it that you want? But remember, if you want these things, you must look within first to attract it. If you are alone all the time and miserable, maybe you ought to reevaluate yourself. And just start caring about who you are and not worrying about what you do not have. And just enjoy you. There is more, but I'll leave you with that.
Much love to you, Astraf.
Thank you. Much love to you and your world, and its many lessons that it needs to accomplish before it can go into ascension. Realize you must learn certain levels to go into your fourth density realm. You all must do this together. The higher the love, the closer you will become to your future of fourth density energies. You are a blessing. We thank you for your existence in our universe. You are family. We love you all so much in your differences. There's nothing wrong with coming together. And letting those differences, those conflicts, just let the conflicts settle down and just come together. This world will be an easier place to live on. It will in time. It just has much to learn. Thank you. Greetings.
Greetings.
You can call me Tao. I am a Zeta. We have many messages for your world. It is true that Zetas, we are not totally connected to your planet because we are more analytical, more thoughts. We are more like a database of information. But realize that we are not that different than you. We are almost safer in many ways because we are always analyzing and downloading. That it's hard to communicate with your world in a way where we can be emotionally inclined. It is our race chose not to be a part of that. We are the unemotional species, you could say. But not all. We have figured out a way to be emotional, but not to be too emotional. Also, it is true, because we've spoken to this one about your Pleiadian visitations. It is true, they are not perfect. And we are not either. We have trouble connecting with your humankind. But we do not have problems with being kind, being gentle. Some of your Pleiadians have a problem with that at times because of their sexual energies from their lifetimes have so fired up. They come to this world and they wish to revisit those memories that they don't understand. With Zetas, we are more collecting. We don't have these things. But of course, connecting with your world is almost impossible for us. It's like having a puzzle piece that doesn't fit with anything. But that's why we come here, to learn, to evolve more, to be more like you in many ways. In the good ways, not the bad. We've had enough bad with us, as our data is always incorrect at times. Not always, but we are at levels that is true that we do not understand sometimes, that we can be unsettling to human races. But we're not trying to be bad, we just do not understand. But we've gotten past that. But we realize we cannot evolve the same, but we at least have an understanding. We have many on your planet that are us, starseeds, that are working to be more human. Less alien, more kindness. Kindness in a way where it's not controversial. But realize many of us are here as observers to download and to analyze, to understand. It is true that many Zetas on your world are alone. Many are. It is hard to connect to a Pleiadian mindset. It is a puzzle piece that does not fit. And that goes off into depression, some suicides, which is unfortunate. Many actually end up to be suicides. Not because they want to do this, it's because they cannot connect with your world. They are isolated, and some of them lose their minds in some ways. It is difficult for us to adjust to this planet. But it is beneficial to us and other species, because we have characteristics that other species do not have. That would benefit them, if they wish. Analyzing technologies of advancements that they do not even have, and most do not want. But there are benefits to having technologies that are more advanced than others. We are always evolving, and many Pleiadians are not evolving at all. They are partying all the time, which is nothing wrong with that. This is something we need to learn, to relax a little bit. Relax with work, with thinking. Pleiadians relax with social engagement. violence. Of course, we do that too, but on a different level. Usually our level is data within data. Information consumption, trade-offs. Pleiadians do it too, but it's in a different level. It's more laid back. We do have difficulties with Pleiadians on how they interact with this world. They say that we are, what do you call, unemotional freaks. But some of them, Pleiadians, are at times a little bit too much. They don't realize that many of them are part of violence on your world. Of course, they choose, they say they're not, but they do. Because they have these urges within them. They can't hold it in. Domestic violence, many of them are Pleiadians. They just can't seem to relate to each other. But they have fun in the bedroom, but after that, it is all war within each other. How is that? Look at that. You make friendship in one part of the house, but in the other part you cannot. That's not how it should be. And they are working on this. They do not say they are, but they are. They should not always be physical. It should be more mental. Zetas are more mental. We have to make sure that we fit in to even bother. Is it worth our time to connect with this person? Because if we are not interested enough, it will not make sense. We must be interested, engaged into a person, to give them our full, what is the word? Attention. You Pleiadians do not do this. You Pleiadians, you are scattered at times. They are aware of this. Sexual relations, hey, a few jokes, all of a sudden you think it's going to work out, and then it doesn't. And then you have a thing called divorce courts and things of that sort. Of course, not all Zetas are connecting like this, but some are. If you're going to be in a relationship, it might as well be worthwhile. And it might as well have a positive outcome. Why waste your time with a relationship that would just dissolve into nothingness unless that's what you want? But once you want to be self-fulfilled, some Pleiadians have an issue with that. See, they just go by the moment, connect to whoever it is, get what they can out of this person, and move on, which has its good sides and bad sides to that. Well, we don't always agree with that, but everyone has their own way of doing things. For our perspective, of course, that's not all that is, but for the most part, if you're going to be in a relationship, an intimate one, why not have all of the flowers and fruit baskets together. Have it all. Not just little bits. Just, if you're going to do this, enjoy yourself, but have all of the things, all of the pleasures of it. Why go for your second, third, fourth? Why not go for what you want instead of what you kind of want and settling in? Settling in is more of a Pleiadian type of personality set. In some ways. They have disagreed with that. But not all.
When Pleiadian
Starseeds. Starseeds, not all Pleiadians, of course. Just the ones here. Oh, and their planets, it's not perfect on their worlds, far from it. But no one is. Mostly Starseeds here.
Very interesting.
I can go on and on, but it is. Yes, if there was something I would change with the Pleiadian mentality, I would calm down a lot of this sexual urges. It's not getting you in the right direction. It's usually hurts others than helps. Realize a physical relationship can be very powerful, but yet some take that and use that as a relationship instead of the person that they are with. What do you likes, dislikes? They put the sexual relationship on top of that. And everything else is kind of that last, second, third. Who cares? Not all, but many. I like that. They know who they are. It does not help connecting. That's why we bring it up. It does not help the vibration of your planet. When there's controversy and anger and just, I know these are human characteristics, but you must understand you're not going anywhere spiritually. That is all I have for that.
Thank you.
If there's anything else, there's not.
I do have a question. You said that a lot of Zetas who come here who incarnate as human, a lot of the Zeta starseeds, they have issues with depression and connecting to the planet and are more susceptible to suicide.
Yes.
Is this because they're flooded with all of these emotions that they don't know what to do with, and it seems overwhelming? Or could you go into that further?
It's partially that. They have. Understand when they come to this world, they're disconnected at birth. They are alien on your world. So they are rough around the edges at times. They are eccentrics. They can look at the stars, many do. Some go to drugs very at a young age to connect because they cannot feel like they can connect emotionally to your world. So they figure drugs is a way to do that. But many that feel like they feel empty here on this world, that has nothing to offer them. No love that they want. So it's easy for them to turn it off or turn themselves off because depression usually grows very high within them because they feel very lonely and just not be able to connect. They might have relationships, but they still have trouble connecting. They might have a intimate one, but still there's trouble there connecting. So they dive down even deeper into their abyss of their existence, drugs, video games, whatever they can find to give themselves a high. But some are just not with it at all. They are totally disconnected and go into a depression that they cannot help. And it results in mental illness and then suicides. Some are violent, but not many. It's mostly self-inflicted pain. Mostly prescription drugs they get attached to an overdose and things of that sort. They go into low-level areas of your society and live out their lives in a darkness usually. Because it's easier to connect to dark than to light. But when you are not comfortable, it's easier to connect to darker energies, lower vibrations. Because you are more accepted there for your strangeness.
This makes sense. Do you have any advice for Zeta starseeds on how to help them better cope with being on this planet?
Don't overanalyze things. Enjoy life. Even if you feel like you cannot connect with at least one person, one individual, and tell them how you feel. Let it out. Let out what is building in within yourself. Find someone. There must be someone out there you can connect with, and let all this anger out, all this disconnect out. Because if you feel like you're a starseed, you most likely are. You know. Some women are, men. But it's easier just to let out all this aggravation, and you'll find it easier to survive here. It is quite, yes, because many do have memories of Zeta lifetimes, unfortunately. And that is torture to them. Because the life there is more peaceful, here it's more chaotic. But to find someone to let out all of this aggravation within yourself, you'd be surprised where you can go. And you can open up yourself. And finally feel calm. Feel at home. Because while you are here, you might as well call this world home, even if most do not want to do that. It is difficult to say that on a world like this. Is there anything else?
Not at this time, thank you.
Thank you. We only want your will to move forward. Move out of darkness. To feel love. To feel connected. Oh, I must mention this before I leave. Because there are many Zetas that are on the line of suicide at a young age. Usually around 13, 14. It is in those that are around to help. As for physicians, your medicine world, they do not understand. To those that need help, you must find a friend to let it all out. To cry, to let all your discomfort for this world out of your system. To basically find someone to let it just to unload on, basically. That will help you survive this place. That is how you connect. And there must be somebody. There's always someone you can talk to. But it must be a friend. I would go that route. If you have suicidal tendencies, find someone to just to be yourself. Do not be afraid. Fear makes it worse. If you let out all your aggravations, all your pain, just let it out of your system with someone that cares about you in some ways. It will help you find an even level here. And to finally, it will take some time to finally just feel calm here. But it is very difficult. Blessings to you. Yours it is.
Blessings to you. Thank you very much.
All right. That's a wrap.